Living WWE legend John Cena hasn't been seen in the ring in a competitive sense for quite some time now, but he did appear on this week's episode of Raw to reveal that he's not done yet. The moment tugged on the heartstrings of longtime Cena fans, and the man himself also got a little emotional. Today, we are discussing Cena fighting back tears during his emotional return during his 20-year anniversary. Let's get straight into it then. What went down on Monday Night Raw? Well, as we all know, the prototype hasn't dished out any of his signature moves for quite some time, sadly, but that doesn't mean he is done competing by any stretch of the imagination. He made an appearance on Raw earlier this week, vowing to continue wrestling during what was a touching promo. Fans cheered him throughout the segment, but our guess is currently as good as yours as to when we might see the icon once again, as the man himself doesn't even know when he will be back just yet. When he made his appearance, he was almost on the verge of tears as he thanked fans for being there throughout his career. He said, "This 20th anniversary is very important to me because it means that you have allowed me to do this for 2 decades. It's never been lost on me that each and every single time I stand in this, it's because you allow it. Guys, over the years, you have created an environment for me to be my true self." It was a great touch from Cena, who obviously knows what he means to those fans. He went on to thank fans for making him the man he is today, that man of course being a company legend. Cena has become one of the greatest wrestlers of all time during his career, never once letting himself, the company, or fans down. Bravo, John. What have you guys made of Cena's career? So, what else did the man have to say? Well, it was clearly an emotional moment for the Hall of Famer, who gave fans a glimpse of what was to come back in June 2002 with his first ever appearance for the promotion. And of course, there are many strings to the Cena bow, as he has forged a hugely successful Hollywood career on the back of his wrestling career, also trying his hand at rapping. But of course, it's wrestling that he still yearns for, with the man himself going on to say, "It's been 20 years and I'm 45 years old. I only state that because I don't know when you're going to see me in the ring again. I'm not saying you won't, I just don't know when that's going to be." He then increased excitement levels in the arena exponentially by informing fans that he won't just be returning for a one-off match when he comes back. He finished his appearance by telling fans, "Just like when you chant Cena, it's not about me, it's about us coming together. This is all about we. That right there is the sound of us. We never give up. We're just getting started. If you want some, come get some." And even though we currently have no time frame for his return, fans will be delighted that they will get to see him at least one more time before he turns it all in for good. Are you guys psyched for Cena's return? Cena's return didn't please everyone though. Stay with us to hear all about it. As the old saying goes, you can't please everyone. One leading WWE personality, former manager, color commentator, and booking manager Jim Cornette wasn't entirely sold on the whole charade. Of course, he led a heel stable known as Camp Cornette, but he wasn't impressed with Cena's performance on Monday night, and less so with the amount of wrestlers actually applauding him. Most wrestlers gave him an ovation, and whilst Cornette is right when saying it probably wouldn't have happened during the Attitude Era, we're living in a completely different era to his heyday. Of course, it's 2022 now, and people, as well as companies, are terrified of offending someone, or even worse, a spectator, and being cancelled, even if it does go against their whole ethos. Cornette, who left the promotion in 2005, said, "I don't know how I feel about the other wrestlers on the roster, even some guys that they theoretically plug into a main event every now and then, doing a standing ovation at the back and applauding the guy when he comes through. Could you see that many guys on the roster in the Attitude Era doing that for Bruno Sammartino? Not because Bruno wouldn't deserve it, but because the guys in the Attitude Era didn't look like fans of other wrestlers." Of course, wrestlers of yesteryear wouldn't be seen dead cheering for another wrestler, but sadly, those days are long gone. What do you guys make of Cornette's words? Next up, another heartwarming Cena story. Stay with us. You might look at Cena from the outside and think he is simply a meathead wrestler who doesn't care about anyone or anything, but that couldn't be further from the truth, as one former WWE wrestler has recently been speaking about. Tommy Dreamer, who last appeared for the promotion back in 2010, has shared a little anecdote which revealed that Cena actually asked for his permission to use one of his finishing moves during the earlier part of his career, which just goes to show how much respect Cena has for his fellow WWE employees. The Dreamer was speaking on a podcast recently when the subject of Cena came up, with Tommy saying that John was always the ultimate professional. He then went on to say that one story sticks out more than anything else, explaining that when the company first wanted to push John, the man himself came to Tommy to ask him something. He explained that Cena told him they wanted him to use the Dreamer's finish, but Cena felt he needed clearance first. Tommy then went on to say that Cena informed him he wouldn't use it if he didn't want him to, and then said, "I was like, I appreciate you so much for coming to me. I'm not winning with it, and obviously they want you to do it, so run with it." Just to come to another person and say that was super cool because he cared when he didn't have to care. What a guy. A new Cena belt is also in the works. Of course, June of 2022 was known as Cena Month, amid celebrations of the great man's 20th year with the outfit. And to round out the celebrations, the WWE have announced that they will now be releasing a new championship belt in honor honor of Cena. Having answered Kurt Angle's open challenge 20 years ago to the day of his Raw appearance this week, Cena set the tone for what was to come, showing some intense aggression, and the WWE have decided to honor those 20 years with a new belt. Only 500 of the items will be made, so it will be pretty tough to get your hands on one, and don't expect them to be cheap either. The Macho Man Randy Savage belt sells for $849.99, but with Cena's current popularity, you can expect his to retail for more than that. Apparently, the belt will acknowledge all of Cena's accomplishments in the promotion, with all of his 16 World Championships spread around a jewel in the center of the belt. The center plate will also spin, and the belt itself will also feature as a sort of timeline to his WWE career, with nods to Word Life, Chain Gang, Hustle, Loyalty, Respect, and You Can't See Me. Will you be trying to get your hands on one of these? Let us know below. And finally, a lovely nod to Cena from Kurt Angle himself. Of course, Cena's debut in the promotion was actually answering a call to Angle's open challenge, and Kurt has recently recreated Cena's debut in a heartwarming video with his own daughter in celebration of John's 20th anniversary. During the legendary event in 2002, Cena introduced himself by slapping Angle, which started a feud between the pair, and Angle recently shared an Instagram video in which his daughter assumed the role of Cena. The video begins with Angle on his driveway, mimicking his moment in the ring where he asks if anyone has what it takes to come and challenge him, when suddenly his garage doors open and out runs a miniature Angle. Kurt then asks her what makes her think she can come out to this driveway and face the very best in this house, to which his daughter screams back, "One thing's aggression," before planting a beautiful smack on the face of her dad, perfectly capturing the moment between her old man and Cena from 2 decades ago. Kurt better be careful. He might not be the best in his house for much longer. What do you guys make of this video? Pretty great, right? As usual, thanks for dropping in on us today, and remember to stop by again next time for some more fun and games. And why not do us a solid by liking and sharing today's video, whilst also subscribing to our channel so you don't miss out on any more great content in the future. Bye guys!